Hello and welcome to webinar on the QuickBook to Fusion migration. In this series, we have covered various activities involved in the migration process. In day 5, we will go through unit testing from QuickBooks to Oracle Fusion, that is data migration testing, functional testing, performance testing, integration testing, and security testing. So we will try to cover all the aspects in this today's webinar. So first is the data migration, the transferring of data from QuickBook to Oracle Fusion can be a critical process for any businesses. It ensures that the process takes place accurately and efficiently. It is essential to verify that all critical information has been successfully migrated. This includes but is not limited to customer details such as their name, addresses, email, and contact information. It also encompasses the transaction history, which includes invoices, payments, and purchase orders. Additionally, inventory details such as product names, descriptions, quantities, price, and other relevant data that may impact business operation should also be transferred accurately. To ensure the accuracy and completeness of the data transfer process, it is recommended that you conduct a comprehensive end-to-end audit of software workflows. This will help to gain holistic perspective of the migration success, and you can validate integrity of the data in the new system, or say Oracle Fusion system, or say target system, by comparing it to the structures and the asset of legacy system, or say source system, or say QuickBooks system. The accurate testing of the data array for any incompatibilities is also crucial and eliminates data duplications, can optimize system efficiency, and more. For this reason, the data health examination checks are typically carried out by the qualified data science engineers who can be a part of your data migration team. It is also essential to evaluate new system performance under the stress conditions and assess its ability to handle high volume of data and user demands. This valuation will help you identify any potential issues that may arise in future and take corrective measures accordingly. Apart from verifying the accuracy of the data, it is equally important to configure your user access level appropriately. This will guarantee that the right people have access to right data while maintaining the data confidentiality and the integrity. Engaging the business application user and data owner and subject matter experts can also help identifying the critical data elements that require special attention to ensure their accuracy and relevance. So, in summary, a thorough and meticulous check of all information transferred is essential to guarantee that the data is accurately transferred and your business process can continue without any disruption. So, data migration, in yesterday's session we have gone through this process. We have migrated the chart of account values from the source system to the target system, and we have loaded that, and we have viewed the report also, and we validated with a report called enterprise structure report, where it validates the setups related to your structure, that is your ledger, your calendar, your legal entity, your business unit, and the chart of account value sets and their values. So yesterday we have gone through that, and today in the functional testing, as a part of the data migration process to the Oracle Fusion, it is important to test all functionality to ensure that work as expected. This involves creating invoice, generating reports, and managing payrolls and all other relevant operations. By thoroughly testing these functionality, any issues or errors can be identified and resolved before the system goes live. In addition, the testing can help to ensure that the migrated data is accurate and complete, and that all necessary integrations are worked properly. Therefore, it is recommended to conduct a comprehensive test of all functionalities in Oracle Fusion to ensure the smooth transition and optimal performance of the system. So let's go to the first. We will load a supplier detail. Let me navigate. So we got a supplier upload detail out here. If you see the QB source vendor data, this is the vendor data. So you can see this is the vendor data that has been provided, and you can see out here the name, the reference number, the timestamp, the address, address 2 and address 3, and the phone number of the vendor, the email address or say email ID, the tax ID, the limit, the terms, the company name, and 1099 form. So that is whether it is a yes and no, is it a true or false. So these data had to be pulled into Oracle Fusion. So let's first prepare that particular sheet. So let me navigate. This is the Fusion target vendor mapping. So first step is to supplier import template. We had downloaded this from Oracle e-repository. Open that. So out here I have given the batch ID, that is B12345, and the action, import action, as created, and there is a one updated. So we want to create, so I selected the created, and the supplier name. The supplier name has been mapped with this, so I have copied this and paste it out here. Similarly, in the alternative name, I have mapped company name, right? So that alternative name has been mapped to this. So value, and the organization type. So I defaulted taken the corporation, and the supplier type as a supplier, and the business relationship, I said there is a two out here, the prospective and spend authorized. So I selected the spend authorized. These fields are not available in the QB, that is on source, so we have hard coded that. In the taxpayer country, I selected the code, that is US, that is also a hard code, and taxpayer ID. If you see out here that this is the taxpayer ID, copy that, space special, say value, out here I have selected the number. So this is the reference number that I have used out here, that is the reference number as a value. The attribute number, I have selected that, and global attributes, at the global attributes I have captured the timestamp. So I have used this timestamp as space special, say value. So that has been mapped with the timestamp, has been mapped with the my global attribute 1, right? And the address, so address and the address 2 will be in the next template. So we will upload this template in the Fusion application. So let me verify all the details. So we will save this, and in the instruction and CSV generation, we will generate CSV file, and it will generate a one zip file. Let's generate that. So that will be a upload to UCM. This is file number 1. Save this. So let us navigate to the application now. Let me log in first with the user credential. the navigator. We will navigate to the tools and go to the file, import and export. We will upload the file. Select the plus icon, browse the zip file, this is the zip file we had just uploaded, and the UCM account. So it will be PRC Supplier Import. Save and close. So you can see the file has been uploaded successfully, and the size is 432. Size is there. Let us now navigate to the tools again, and we will navigate to the schedule process. Schedule new process. Select schedule new process. Load interface file for import. Select that. Import process. The process name is import supplier. So first we will select the import supplier, which is in the supplier model. Application name is in the supplier model. We'll select that, and the data. So we have just uploaded this. So we have uploaded this one. We'll select that and submit the same. Let's refresh that. So you can view the log files. So if you go to this, go to the log file out here, the CSV file which has been generated. Let's go to the log file. Save out here. Let us view the log file out here. So it has been successfully transferred from UCM. So let's bring the file to the base table. Let us re-navigate again. From the tools, schedule new process. That is import supplier. So import supplier. So creates and updates the supplier from the data in the supplier from open interface table. So it will bring to our base table. Select that and provide the batch ID, that is B12345. If you remember out here, we have provided this. submit the same. Let's refresh that. It gets succeeded. So you can see the how much time it has taken. We have submitted within a 1 minute. It has uploaded. So how many records you can view? So let's view the report. So this is the report in the PDF, and so as the log file. Let's first view the log file. So import was new and the batch ID, right? So it's a batch ID it is providing, and if you see, report has been generated successfully. Let's view that report. Let's download that report. It has generated a one supplier number. So if you see out here, so this is import is new and the request ID, and report has been generated. So supplier imported, not imported are 0 records, supplier imported are 6. So 6 has been created, so it provided the supplier number. So that it is a zonal electricals 1486 and the Edison electricals 1488. So let's go and validate that in the application. So let us navigate now. From the navigator, go to the procurement. So you have to have a rules related to that. That is supplier manager and supplier administrator rule is required. User got this rule. So go to the manage supplier. Let's view with the number 1486. 1486. Search with that. So you can see the zonal electricals out here. So creation date is today's date. Let's edit that. So you can see the supplier name, supplier number, which is automatically provided by the system. As we done the setups, we have provided the numbers, the starting number. So out here the alternative number as we had defined in our sheet, so that is the alternative name has been out here. The tax organization type, by default we have provided the corporation. You can change that from here, or you can provide out in the sheet also. By default we have taken that. Same as the supplier and the business relationship as a spend authorized. And you can see the creation source is import. It is not manual, it is import, and the creation date. So save. Let's create an address. Let us create an address. So let us prepare the next sheet. So we have to create the address out here. So let us create an address template. So I have already pre-filled that. So I have given the batch ID out here, that is B12345, and the action, the import action is create, and update is there. I have selected the create. And the supplier name, it should be same as we have provided in the previous sheet. So that is out here. So name, select the name, so space special, say value, and the address name, it should be a unique and a short name, that is party site name here required. So I have given the first zonal, that is ZNE, master digital voice MDV, Edison electrical as EE, and the gadget instrument as GI, and the phone tech hub as PTH, and the address one as selected that address one, right? So that is my city, right? So that city with the initials of the supplier, and the country as a US, and the address line, if you see, this is the address I have picked up, that is address 1, address 2, and address 3. Let me paste special, so value, I provided the city out here, the state, and the county, and the postal code. So we have to find out the postal code, and the phone country code, and the phone area code. So if you see, that is phone out here, so I had hard code that country code as a 1. Can remove that also, and RFQ and bidding, I said yes, order as yes, and pay to the remit to address I flagged as yes, the ordering flagged as yes, and the bidding RFQ related activities I am flagged as yes. This has to be hard code. And the email address, I selected the email address out here. Let me copy and provide out here the space special, so value, the email ID, so other details, that is limit and term, will be provided in the next sheet, and the 1099 details also, right? So let's upload this sheet. Let us upload this sheet, that is supplier address. Let's save this, generate CSV file, supplier import, save this, let us go to the UCM again. From the navigator, file, import and export, browse the file, select this file, that is zip file, that is POZ supplier address file, and the account, that is your procurement supplier import. Select that. So it has get uploaded. Now let's navigate to the schedule process. Under the tools, schedule new process. Load interface file for import. Select the process. Select the process import process name. So this time we will select the import supplier address, which is under the supplier model. Select the data which we have uploaded in the UCM. Select the data out here. The date is coming with the timestamp. Submit the same. Let's refresh that. So let's view the log files. So this is the CSV file. Let's go download the log file. So you can see the file successfully transferred from UCM. Let's run one more process to bring to the base table from the interface table. Schedule new process. So we'll select the import supplier addresses. So this is the create and updates the supplier address from the data in the supplier address open interface table. Submit that. Provide the batch ID. So batch ID. This is the batch ID. Provide the batch ID out here and submit the same. Refresh that. So this is related to your data. Data migration testing. So when you data migrate in the bulk, you upload through spreadsheet and you do the mapping, and accordingly you bring. So you see the data has been successfully. Let's view the report out here. So report, let's first download the log file. View the log file. report has been generated successfully. There is no error. Let's view the report. So you can see the batch ID and the request ID, and the supplier address not imported is 0, supplier address imported as 6. So you can see the create, the supplier name and the supplier number. This is the site short name or address short name, and should be a unique, and the country is United States, and the address purpose is related to ordering, remit to, and RFQ, and or say bidding. That is, RFQ is request for quotation. Let's view one or two in the application. Then we will create a one journal, and then we will also create a one invoice. So let's go to the supplier under the procurement, manage suppliers, so it is a 1485. Let's take the 1485. Search with that. There we are, 1485. Edit that. So you can see the profile out here, the creation through import, and if I go to the address out here, so address has been created, that is LTT destination, and let's edit that. So you can see the address out here, it get updated. Similarly, we will upload the other sheets. So I have tested the two case out here. So let's create, this is related to your data migration testing, right? So that is the data migration testing. Let's do one functional testing now. So related to functional testing, first we will create a one invoice in the payables. For that you should have a payables related job roles and data access. So I have already provided this to this user, that is Robert Brown. Let's create a one invoice. So I got one invoice with me. This is invoice from the QuickBooks. It should be out here. Let me expand that. That is CT1212562. That is the invoice. Let me create that. Chatterbox, Chatterbox. So you can see the business unit is coming, default business unit, which I have access, data access to that, and so as the legal entity. Let me cancel this. Create invoice from the task panel. So if you see out here, this is my business unit and the legal entity, which is attached to my business unit. Let us, and you can see my default date and the payment terms, default payment terms, right? So let's select that. Supplier name, So as soon as I selected the supplier name, so as my payment terms has been changed, so which is at I had defined in the supplier site, right? So 21030 and the supplier number and the supplier site. Let us provide the invoice number, that is CT 1212562 with the amount of $250, and the description: advertisement expenses paid for marketing and electronic items, and the date and the term date. Let's go to the line level. This is my header level. If we show more out here, if I go to the accounting, this is my liability distribution account and the accounting date is coming. Go to the general out here, provide the amount, that is 250, and the expenses item, let's provide that 101, department as 0. Let's select the advertisement expenses. As you see, the advertisement expenses out here. So advertising expenses, line of business, I am selecting the null, product as null, intercompany as 101, and the future as null. Say OK. Any comments you want to write, you can do so. Let's save this. So you can see so it is saying some duplication is there. I say continue. It is not validated right now. If you see out here, as entered by me, if I go to the validation, let's validate that. Get validated, and let's post to the ledger, right? We will post to the ledger, then only the journals will move the journals will create in the GL, right? So that will be posting to the ledger. Let's create accounting, also create accounting. View accounting. Let's view the accounting out here. So you can see the balance type is actual, invoice is validated, the legal entity name, and the account. Let's view the T account. So you can see the account codes out here. Advertisement account debited, and your accounts payable is credited. If I go out here, so you can see the line description out here. So let us navigate to the GL to view this particular journal out there. So I got the access provided the GL related rules. So go to the journal work area and the data access. So this is data access, that is ABC US. I got the data access set. Go to the from the navigator, manage journals. Let's say search with that. Let us view this one. So you can see the journal has been created with a $250. Let me view this one. Here we are, the transaction number CT1212562. If you go to this one, view transaction, it will navigate to your payables. So functional testing has been done, and the integration testing between the GL and the payables is also been done, right? So that is related to testing within the modules, that is payables. As soon as you create accounting, it get posted, so you can see the batch has been get posted. And the performance testing. So let us go to the PPT now. So performance testing, it is requested to assess the performance of the Oracle Fusion after migration of data from QuickBooks. The objective is to ensure that the system can be handle the same level of workload as it did before migration. The assessment should be thoroughly examine the performance and identify any discrepancies. If any, it is important to ensure that the migrated data is accurately integrated into the new system and there is no performance issue that may affect the productivity of the user. One of the most common performance issue is slow response time. When the application take too long to respond, the user can become frustrated and abandon the application altogether. This can be caused by variety of factors, including inefficient code, poorly optimized database, and network issues. Other common issues is high memory utilization. Applications that aren't designed to use memory effectively can consume excessive system resources, leading to slow performance and even system instability. Ineffective queries, lack of indexing, and poor database structure can be significantly slow down any application, making it difficult to user to get information they need. If application isn't designed to handle the multiple users simultaneously, or say operations, it can become overload and slow down significantly. Lack of scalability is another issue that can cause the performance problem over the time. If applicant isn't designed to handle increased load as the user base grows, it can lead to significant performance problem. Optimize the user interface is also critical to ensure the optimal application performance. Heavy or unoptimized UI can lead to slow rendering time and negative impact the user experience. Server overload is also another common issue that can cause performance problem. if the server is unable to handle the loads, the application performance will degrade, leading to poor user experience. This can happen if there is an inadequate server capacity or application need to be designed or distributed effectively. In the essence of performance testing, it is necessary to ensure that application function optimally and provides the best user experience possible. By catching potential issues earlier in the development process, developer can save time, money and resource in the troubleshooting and fixing the issues after the release. Integrate testing. It is important to ensure that the different users or modules users by your business can effectively integrate with the Oracle Fusion. This process is known as integration testing, which involves assessing the multiple software components collectively or to confirm that they function properly and meets expectation when they combined. The main objective of the integration testing is to identify and resolve issues that may arise from the interaction between the different modules, ensuring that system operate optimal as whole. This comprehensive testing approach helps to ensure that all the modules work together seamlessly and meets the expected standard. It improves the overall testing coverage of the application as the integration tests are performed at higher level than unit testing. Integration testing also provides groundwork for higher level testing, including the end-to-end testing, which can help reduce the risk of integration failure. Moreover, it increases the confidence in the system overall functionality. So integration testing is particularly crucial for large software system where the individual module may work independently but fail in performing effectively when integrated with the others. This test process is conducted during the development phase of the software development life cycle, or say SDLC, soon after components are integrated. By doing so, it is helps to identify and resolve the issues that may arise during the integration process. So integration testing is also a performance performed after the changes are made to the application. This is also ensure the seamless integration of new and existing component, which helps improve the overall performance of the system. Therefore, integration testing is an essential part of SDL that helps to ensure the smooth functioning of complex software system. So, security testing. In order to ensure the security of the data being transferred from QuickBooks to Oracle Fusion, it is essential to verify all the data is stored and transferred securely. Appropriate application security measures must be implemented at the application level to prevent the data theft or hijacking. This includes identifying and mitigating all the potential risks during the software development life cycle, as well as continuing to monitor the application, the security after the application is deployed to improve the protection provided to the existing application. It is important to perform comprehensive security testing, including both hardware and the software-based procedures, to identify and reduce the vulnerability. With the increasing availability of different networks, the cloud-based platform, security threats are also on a rise. Application security testing reveals the weaknesses where attack can be prevented without incurring much cost. When it comes to development of application, it is crucial that third-party code is subjected to the automation security testing. Component offered by the external vendor cannot always be entered trusted as such as open source, and development of isolated codes don't necessarily pay as much attention to the industry standard or security guidelines. Therefore, scanning these codes are also always reveal some of the issues that need to be patched. So sensitive data tend to be vulnerable on the cloud-based platform because it is constantly transmitting back and forth. Therefore, it is essential to implement robust security measures to protect against potential threats. Thank you for your participation in this webinar. In the next session, we will cover the final takeaway, that is final checklist, UAT process, etc. in the application. This will be a concluding session. Thank you for joining this webinar.